No, go ahead, bro. I gotta
Cool.
make sure my shirt logo doesn't show while I'm doing this.
I'm
Yeah, you
trying to
could, but
I'm trying to show my logo,
this
bro.
is for my 9 to 5. They wouldn't want to be affiliated to this.
Yeah.
Oh, well, what is it? What does yours say? I can't see that part
Mine's
there.
Team Noble Bodybuilding.
Ah, yep. Well, I guess I'll pull that
Hey,
one
there you go.
off.
Yeah, I literally had like the first two podcasts wore a Cat Flores shirt, and now this one I'm not. I screwed up. All right.
Yeah, of course. Now that we're all wearing our brand clothes, you don't have yours on, right?
Mhm.
I have your shirt still somewhere around here. I've worn them a couple times. I'm not gonna lie.
They're
Noble.
nice, huh?
Yeah, no, it's a nice material. That's why I wore it.
Yeah, 60/40. All right. What are our
What are the
topics?
topics for today? I mean, I got some questions. We'll save that for the end. It's like maybe like 10 legit questions. I actually got like 30. I was surprised it came in that fast, but I think you guys, some of your people's got involved.
Maybe I just want to say they're going from my story to yours to answer. That's why I get it's got to be why I only get like one response on my questions. Like my DMs
Maybe.
will blow up every day with like 5 to 10 random people asking questions, but then I put a fucking story up.
Because I can always tell what are the questions my peeps send me. It'll be like fuck, marry, kill. It'll be would you rather, like
Yeah, it's like stupid shit like get on like or get naked for the podcast. Like I'm like,
I
Yeah,
get
I had
some
a
ignorant ones, and I just get pissed off, like in my DMs sometimes. Like somebody never talked to me, right?
Mhm.
Whatever. And then they're like, "Hey, so like, what gear are you taking?" All right, bro. Like, you know what I mean? It's like there's a time and a place for that. I feel like the conversation should be somewhere else first. It's not straight to the
Yeah,
gear.
like one of the questions I got was like, how would you guys approach an 8-week rush prep? Which I think like that type of question, that's fine. We can answer that. Yeah, that's like
give me
it's
that
you know what I mean?
question. Give that question to me because I did with Ramiko. I had 6 weeks.
No, yeah, we'll all give our take on it. Yeah, for sure. But
Well,
so, I mean,
there's so many different facades of it, right? Like, and background.
yeah,
to
like
the
what body fat
question.
are they at? How hard are you gonna
Yeah.
push? Yeah. So we'll give a template of like where the starting point for this person is. But if you don't mind, real quick, I know this sucks, but let me go change my shirt real quick. It's right here. It's right next to me. Just change my shirt,
Yeah.
my tank top. Okay. Hold on.
Yeah. Winnie Jones?
Hell yeah, do it. I'm trying to
Yeah.
get John to do that one. John Casas.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got mixed feelings about it. I can't get my
she does.
hamstrings.
It's an awesome show. Okay, but you still got like almost a whole year still. It's like no October.
Yeah, but bro, they're not growing. I'm hit. Okay. No,
What are you
I'm
doing?
not hitting them hard enough.
Exactly. There you go.
I'm not going to sit here and make it. I mean, one of my clients comes to me like, "Oh, bro, I can't get my body part to grow." Well, I mean, how many times you train in it? What's your intensity? What's your split?
Come see me.
I'll
I'll fuck you up.
Yeah, I'll train hamstrings with you.
I mean, I'll train you first. I'm not there yet.
You guys want to hit a session this weekend?
I'm down. Sunday?
Yeah, works for me.
Saturday I could too, but I have to be a little later just because I got family coming and I don't know Noble likes to sleep, so I could do Sunday like after church or something.
Yeah, I can train whenever.
Or even before in the morning if you guys ready to do a Sunday morning workout. I could do that too.
Whatever works better for you guys, I'll make it work.
We'll plan that out in the group chat, but I'm down.
Yeah.
All right, let's
Very
see. Well, I guess is there any topics, bodybuilding stuff we can cover real quick
Cool.
before I go into the questions?
Bodybuilding, bro, it's trademarked.
Yeah.
Well, that's not the how are we already in trouble. We just started this and already starting the pot. That's kind of interesting.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah, we've stirred some pot a few times. But what do we do? We're just being
Oh yeah, I guess the other one, the one you called me about. We won't say any names, but what I'll say about this part is I apologize to that person because I'm sure they'll watch this. Is they were trying to keep on the DL about the stuff. I apologize. I wasn't thinking about that because I didn't think any of us really were. But again, that's my fault.
Yeah.
And if it had to do anything with the placing adjustments, let me say this to that. It had nothing to do with you personally. And if I were to put myself in that lineup, I would struggle not to be last. Okay. So there's nothing to do with me saying anything bad about you. It's just what I've seen from them, what I've seen from you, and what I've seen from myself. That's all I'm saying. So.
Yeah. No.
Yes, I'm saying you would beat me at your best. Yes, I'm saying that.
Oh,
like
said went completely over my fucking head.
I'm
bro.
sorry. Remember we talked? Well, now it's gonna be pretty obvious. So I guess I'll talk to you off air. I don't want to.
Yeah.
make it a big deal. But
Oh,
I always
okay.
want to make
What
sure
I
he
have to
knows
say
that
about
I didn't
that
mean
is
it. I didn't mean anything bad by it. That's it.
if somebody is complaining about how we ranked them placing, maybe they should just be better.
No,
I mean,
no,
dude.
there was no specific complaints about placings.
Oh, okay. It was more
Let's
about
clear-
the. Oh, okay,
Let's
about
clear
this.
that out
Okay.
of there. There was no,
Okay.
there was
Okay.
zero word about that.
Okay. Okay. I'm sorry then, because I know I thought that was weird about the other part when. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Like yeah. Okay.
Or
Yeah.
zero part about placings. It was just, I guess
About,
when we talk about people's usage, not every or drug usage, people they're just maybe not as open as we are. They
Yeah.
got family members, whatever,
Yeah.
jobs, that they have to keep a certain image for or whatnot. So, yeah, I guess unless we know the person specifically, they don't care, then we should probably keep names out on what we know other people are doing or not doing.
cool. Yeah. No, I get it. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I personally, I've never cared, so
Yeah.
it's a weird
Yeah.
thing for me to get over. I'm always like, yeah, sure, yeah.
I think Noble's kind of connecting the dots right now, so he's like trying to figure this out. But we'll talk
You
about it
see
later.
my
Bro.
little wheels turning
Yeah,
over
yeah,
here?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll move on though. Let's just.
His brain is smoking.
Yeah, I'm like, who would have gotten upset about
Dude, but then I just literally got rated on the Fit Nation podcast, the one with
Oh, did you?
Body. Yeah, they rated me, bro, and like they didn't. I mean, they didn't rip into me, but they gave it to me real, and it's true. Like I need 15, 20 pounds of muscle to be able to go pro. Like, how is that like offensive? Like, I need
One
it
of my
mainly on my
competitors-
chest and my legs. Like, what? Okay, yeah,
One of my
absolutely.
competitors years ago was rated on Fuad's podcast. And he submitted his information. He's like, hey, like, go remember when they were doing that? Like rate my
Yeah,
physique.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Bro, he has this hatred for Fuad now. And it's
Dude,
like,
come on.
Who does? Your client?
yeah, well, he's
For
one of my
him-
buddies. He competed in a show. He was one of my clients a while ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got all upset and he was like,
I mean, dude, this is what the
What?
sport is. It's feedback. It's
Yeah.
we're not. No one's perfect. Everyone has something they got to work on, and it's like
Hey, listen.
I guess.
If you get butthurt about anything that we say, then it's probably something that you need to work on.
the skill issue.
Yeah, yeah, something that you need to work on. And it's not anything against you. All of us have shitty stuff that, and honestly, what you probably heard from us or hear from us, it's probably something you already know. We just confirm it. You know what I mean? If you know how to look at yourself in a subjective matter, because that's what you have to do in bodybuilding, you have to take a look at yourself, be honest with yourself, and be subjective with yourself. Like, what can I improve? Like, I'm an object that needs to improve. Like,
Yeah, and then that too. That's the object. We're just looking at you physically. That has nothing to do with your personality. That has nothing to do with
Nothing.
me not liking you. Like nothing at all. So, and
You
that's
guys
how I
just-
took it when they were comparing me. And that's why even I reached out to Body and then like messaged him, and he messaged me back. We went back and forth, and he's like, "Yeah, dude, you're awesome. That you're being a good sport about it." And I'm like, "Yeah, dude, why wouldn't I? Like, it's just bodybuilding." But that's a
Yeah.
whole nother thing. That's like I said, we'll be more cautious. But yeah, that's our viewpoint, I guess, on it.
You forgot to do your intro, by the way.
Oh yeah, we can got rush right into it. So this is like episode. I think I lost track, but it's like episode 6 because I got Katie's interview about to come out, Figure
Mhm.
Pro here soon. Probably tomorrow morning. I think that's number 5, and this is gonna be number 6.
Very good.
All right, let's see. Let's get some questions going, and then we can think of some bodybuilding topics.
We're gonna start off with questions. All right, let's go.
Yeah, might as well. Well, you finish that meal, makes it easier.
For sure.
What's your biggest insecurity?
Yeah, right out there with it, huh?
I'll go
Wow.
first. I don't care.
We already know.
What?
I can answer for you. Your hairline.
What about my hairline, bro? Not anymore.
Oh, not anymore. I don't know. I thought it was still a
No,
thing. No, it looked good. I don't know. It looked good now. I thought that was your biggest insecurity.
yeah, there was when Noble went at me. Oh yeah, that's we gotta keep bringing this up, huh? But yeah, Noble went at me when my hairline was shitty, but I already had a plan to get it fixed. I just didn't have it fixed yet. Okay.
So basically, what you're saying is you're thanking Noble for making you spend the money to go get a hair transplant.
No, I would have done it anyways. I was so insecure about it. I was so insecure
Dude,
about
I
it.
had no clue.
He went for my heart, man. I shed a tear when he sent me that message. I was like,
I didn't
oh.
even think it was that bad.
I was like, oh, we're talking bodybuilding. Now we're going low blows. Okay, cool. No, it's funny though. I laugh. No, now my biggest insecurity probably. Damn, that is a tough one, I guess. I feel like I had it right now on top of my head, but what was I
Man,
gonna
I
say?
feel like I don't really have any giant insecurities, honestly.
Hmm.
There's nothing that
I
I'm
guess my
like,
ears, maybe. Yeah, my ears, maybe. I don't know. I kind of like my ears now, but I mean, certain times I'm like, man, my ears are big. I say that sometimes, so I guess I can say that.
oh, my face is fat. Bro, my cheeks are huge.
Yeah,
Huge.
actually, you've told me that one too. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it
knew
drives
it.
me insane. It's like I won't smile in pictures. I don't
I'm
really
just, I'm just a nice guy, and I don't go for the low blows.
yeah, bro, you could have went right for the cheeks and I would have been like, I'm fighting this dude. I
We
would
would
fight.
have fought. Then imagine that.
Yeah.
I bet your death face though it probably is like super dramatic when it does lean down though because when
It's
the cheeks go away.
insane. It's
Yeah.
absolutely disgusting.
Like people probably don't recognize you when you're viewing. You're like, who's this guy?
I remember him actually. He shared one picture like that, like a death face, and his shit was like just
Well,
he was about to die,
Yeah.
like hospital bed.
All of my fat goes to my face. And then everybody's like, oh bro, you gotta run an E2, bro. Anti-estrogen, bro. Get an AI, bro. You ever heard of 8X, bro? Shut the fuck up, bro. Like, it's okay.
like they don't judge my
Yeah,
shredded cheeks. Hmm.
My entire
yeah.
family has fat faces. They all have big puffy cheeks. So
It's a genetic thing. Yeah, exactly. I got big ears in my family, so yeah.
yeah. All right, Marcel, what is it?
My biggest insecurity is fucking what's that one complex that's like
Like how you see yourself.
yeah. Like
Well, I mean, I can tell obviously because when we talk about your physique, you're like,
there's bodybuilding. Like my entire physique is a big fucking
Body dysmorphia?
yeah, like
Okay.
big uh insecurity. And it's weird to say it because I step on stage with it, but that's
No,
like
yeah,
my
but
biggest insecurity.
I think it also makes sense from. Well, I don't mean to say this sounds bad, but like
Yeah.
obviously some stuff you've been through. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I feel that
No,
plays a
that's
part.
literally my
You know what I mean?
biggest
So
insecurity,
that's
probably.
why I
Yeah.
think because to me it's so crazy. I look at your physique, I'm like, bro, I'm like, it's crazy that you are even like we all have flaws, things we can work on. Don't get me wrong, but you're right there, bro. Like even my client literally said that. He's like, we were messaging about the podcast. He was like, yeah, he's a Marcel's crazy. And I was like, what part? He's like, he thinks he's a 7. I'm like, yeah, I know. That's why we were all like
And
talking
that's the
shit. So like
crazy part. Like I don't even think I'm a 7. Like
yeah,
I'm being
I had to convince you to that. Yeah, that's what I told him. I'm like, I convinced you because we were saying I was a 7.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, there's no way I'm. Yeah, exactly. You're wild, bro.
Yeah.
But favorite cheat meal of all time.
Hmm.
Who first?
I
Marcel?
would say like a fried chicken sandwich for me now.
Anywhere specifically?
Hmm. Yeah, my wife's she
Oh,
like she takes it top notch because she makes it extra crispy at home for me. So
you have to
that
invite me over one day then. I love me a crispy
yeah,
chicken sandwich.
hell yeah, dude. Yeah, that's yeah. We should do a in-person podcast while we're at it. And eat her crispy chicken
Oh
sandwich.
yeah, hell yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah. Okay, we'll set it up.
Well,
I got
you got even the home gym. We can catch the pump at your place too.
there you go.
Yeah, it's like
Pump chicken sandwich is a podcast. PPP.
we ain't got to worry about the Sarm Goblins and the going EOS.
It's not bad, the Goodyear
Hey,
EOS though.
hey, can you Urban Dictionary a Sarm Goblin? See if that pops up.
Yeah, sure. Let's see.
Huh.
Uh,
I feel better now. Talk.
the what? Google. No, they say Urban Dictionary, huh?
Yeah, Urban Dictionary.
Urban.
Fuck. There you go. Urban
Is it-
Dictionary.
Just type
Top
Sarm
of it.
Goblin in the little search box.
Oop.
Arbin. Sarm Goblin.
Dude, they do have it. That's funny. A teenager or young adult guy, age 14 to 22, who is more of a normie who got into lifting through the explosion of its popularity over quarantine uses of PEDs, often trendy ones. They generally watch YouTubers like More Plays More Dates, Chris Doucette, Chris Bumstead, Larry Wheels, etc., idolizing them. They believe in many bro science and lifting normie ideologies like lifting plus girls, all girls, Wait, lifting plus girls, all girls like a guy who lifts, etc. I don't get what that means.
It's funny because that's the total opposite. Like I get more compliments for dudes or dudes in my DMs freaking out about what I look like.
Oh yeah,
Girls,
the
100%.
gay community loves me, bro. I'm like their
Oh,
cup of
fuck
tea.
yeah. Yeah.
I'm like their cup of tea. Well, anyone that works out kind of is, but yeah, no, I get a lot of support, and I appreciate it. I always give them a little like on the stuff, you know.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm not a homophobe, so it's okay. All love's appreciated. Many of them are in the mix of trying to be bodybuilders who power lift but can't make any progress. Partially due to living a party animal lifestyle and aren't successful as lifters. Like, but I don't know who they are, even when many of those lifters are or were natural. This is a
Yeah.
weird description.
That's pretty okay. Well, they got it. Like
Yeah. In the beginning one did, yeah.
Yeah.
for
Extensive.
for anybody that was wondering what a Sarm Goblin is, now you know.
Well, I guess in my head, when I envision Sarm Goblin, it is the young kids that get into the pro hormones, the SARMs, taking all those orals without getting into the knowledge of actual food, training. Like
Mhm.
that was what I assume a Sarm Goblin is. I don't think you have to. Like, I actually feel if you watch more plates, more dates, you're probably more educated than the typical gym
More
goer.
plates, more days.
I like him. He's smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good.
All
So I
right.
don't know.
So your favorite cheat meals?
Oh yeah, you said fried chicken sandwich.
Huh?
I think sushi for me. I love me some good sushi.
I like the restaurant Yard House,
Oh fuck yeah, dude! Their chicken sandwich is bomb too.
Nashville hot chicken and
Honey.
Have you have you been to Hop Dowdy, the burger
No,
place? No, they have a really good chicken sandwich too. Really good,
gotta
spicy
try 'em.
chicken. Yeah, I gotta try the Yard House one because I haven't tried that one, so I'm definitely gonna go
Yard
there
House
soon.
fire and their hot honey chicken pancake or sweet potato pancake thing.
sweet potato pancakes. So fucking
Oh, dude, we went there
Mm.
after my show for a
Yeah.
date with my wife, and that's exactly what I ate.
Yep,
There you go. It must be that
anytime I go
good.
out to eat, that's my pick. I've been there like 10 times.
Fuck yeah, fuck yeah. Next, what you got?
That 8 week rush prep thing.
All right, yeah, let's talk about that.
So I guess let's
Uh,
make it the baseline of this person because they say 8 week rush. I'm gonna assume they're slightly behind. Let's just say slightly. Let's just say they're
Let's phrase this as a competitor comes to you and they're doing their, let's say it's their first show. So brand new competitor, they're enhanced. Okay. They're like, hey, I'm on 500 test and nothing else. So they're on 500 test, first time competitor. They look like they're about 12 weeks out
and it's 8 weeks out.
and it's 8 weeks out. What do you do?
And this is a competitor that's not our client yet.
Yeah. He
Brand
came
new
to you
client?
8 weeks out. Yeah.
Here you go, man. Here's $1,000. I have an unlimited budget. I'll do whatever it takes. Give
I
me
mean, I guess the first question is, have you guys ever taken an 8 week prep? I have.
I've taken a 6-week prep and won the
Okay.
fucking Arnold Amateur.
Yeah, I think I did a rush prep with Jordan, which was 11 weeks.
Okay. So you're probably kind of against anything less than like probably 10, huh? You probably wouldn't want to. Is that kind of what you would do, or
All right, so first, I manage expectations for them right off the bat. Yeah, dude, sure. Like, but here is my thought on this and why I think it's a bad idea to do this and manage their expectations. Like, dude, we could give it a swing at it, but who the fuck knows what we're gonna, I mean, we're not gonna know until like,
yeah, let's just say for some reason they
like,
have to do that
2
show
weeks out what
because
we're gonna look like. So we can take a swing at it, but manage their expectation that it might not be. Well, first of all, it's not going to be the best you can be. That's right off the bat. That's, you're not going to nail somebody. You can make somebody look great, but it's not going to be their full potential from a prep in an 8 weeks period, no matter what, because unless they come to you and they're fairly peeled and all you have to do is like get a little bit of body fat off, see if you can have a test peak kind of deal, see if you can manage some fatigue towards the end. So that just depends what kind of level of body fat they're at when they come to you. But if they're close, yeah, sure, whatever. Yeah, you can do an 8. But if they're like you said, like they look like so they're already behind.
well, say like 12 weeks out. It's not like too horrible. Say they're 12 weeks
No,
out
it's
and they're
not
8
horrible,
weeks.
but like I'm saying, like you're already behind, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you're behind. You don't know their body well, right? Like you don't know because they could tell you I'm eating this, or that, but like, is that actually what they were doing? What is the reasoning of you coming to me to a rush prep? Like, what's the, or like, is this a must-do show for you? Like, why are we rushing this? Is it a possibility to push this back? Okay. And after all these things, if they're still like, yeah, no, fuck you, I want to do it, let's go. Okay, we'll give it a swing and hope for the best. The thing is, like I'm saying, I always tell them you will not reach your full potential on stage that day. You can look great, you can still win the show, but your full potential will not be brought out that day.
All
That's
right. So what's your protocol? What's the cardio? What are the macros? What are the drugs?
depends what they were doing before, right? Like how much cardio were you doing before, and what was your rate of change the weeks prior?
Yeah, I guess this is kind of hard.
That's hard to answer, right? Because you got to take a look at that.
Let's just
what
try to
was their
simplify
rate
it then.
of
Let's
change?
say they're the 500 test. They look 8 weeks out. They're doing maybe a total of 8 sessions a week, 4 fasted, 4 posts or whatever.
So right.
So
So
like,
here's right, but like you need to know their rate of change as well, right? Like their prior rate of change, right? Otherwise, your first week is a guess.
I think, yeah, I think that's what it always is though, kind of, right? I guess anyways, because like you said, you don't believe them, so you're gonna find out what they actually really follow.
No,
And then,
so here's what I do. Like it's funny because sometimes a lot of times a client will come to me, okay, what have you been doing? Well, this is what the meal plan I've been following closely, blah blah blah. This is what I've been nailing 100%. Sometimes I'll literally send back like almost the same program with very minimal changes. Why? Because that first week is going to tell me if they were actually on that plan.
Yeah.
You
That's
know
what
what I
I do
mean?
for anything over 12 weeks out. I just
Yes.
knew what you're doing. Okay, here
Awesome.
it is in my app. Do this
Yep.
for a week. If
Yes.
you drop 2 pounds, we continue. If you don't, we adjust.
That's it.
Spot on.
Because you don't want to reinvent the wheel that close to a show, right? So I literally would put him on whatever he's been doing, maybe cut back a hair here and there. Then you get their basic rate of change. Another piece of information that I would definitely ask for is you said they've never done a show, theoretically,
For sure.
for show. Okay, so I would say, what's the leanest you've ever been, and what was your body weight at that? And do you have a picture of it? Right? If they provide me that piece of information, I could look at that. Okay, so they were at 180 pounds there, and they could probably shed off another 10 pounds of fat. So I know I'm aiming at, let's say, 170, right? Whatever. Okay, I'm aiming at 170. I know my basic rate of change and what I need every week to kind of come close to that. And then, I would monitor closely, have them check it in 4 days, 5 days max, see where that rate of change is, and see if I can match that, pattern or to reach close to that by the time we get to show. And that's how I would move up and down with the food and the cardio and the drugs to see how much I need to push this guy to reach that certain rate of change that I need to achieve close to that, because that's going to be my kind of ballpark marker of, okay, where do I need to ballpark this dude or female or male in order to get him peeled, right? And if after 2-3 weeks that's still so fucking far away because their rate change is small, I'm fucking doing 2 hours of cardio and they're taking clenbuterol and they're taking T3 and they're taking fucking T4, and then at that point you have to be like, yep, dude, you're just not gonna make it. You just have to be straight up with them. That's my opinion. But if you start the protocol, rate of change is decent within a ballpark, you can push them. We'll make it.
Cool.
It all depends how experienced their brain is and their mind is. Basically, hey, can you handle getting your ass kicked for the next 8 weeks, literally on a fucking silver platter? You know what I mean? Yeah. And then 2 weeks in, they're like, fuck.
that's kind of what I think I would do. My approach would be like, and I see what you're saying, why you want to find out all those details, but I think I would approach kind of like that first week, like, hey, we're going to do 45 minutes fasted, 45 minutes post. I'm going to put you on 50 grams of carbs pre and post. That's it. And we're going to have you do 6 meals, and you're going to check in on me every 3 days. And then I would do that just to kind of see how fast I can see if they could even pick up in a week or two. And then I would be like, you know what, what I can see right now, everything I've done with you, you're not in a spot where I can get you any leaner, any faster. you're not changing area out of the minimal I got you on, that's when I would kind of have more of an idea. Because I just feel any client, I got people come to me and they'll tell me some shit, or tell me they've done this and that, and it's all kind of like you're saying lies. It's all kind of made up, or in their head they think it is that, but they didn't stay consistent enough to actually make it that.
That's why you test it. You send them back their fucking
Yeah.
their own program. Send it back
And
to
then if
them.
you push them hard for 2 weeks, they feel like they'll either scare them away and be like, you know what, never mind, I don't want to do this. Let me just change for show. And or then they'll like, okay, I see why you were trying to talk me out of it. Like this is a really rough spot. So
Yeah,
'cause I've
so-
had that happen. So
yeah.
well,
Derek,
you Noble.
All right. I'll give the listeners a fun answer because I know what they're looking for. I know exactly what whoever
Oh,
asked this
I could have
question,
talked about drugs too. Yeah.
that's what they want to hear, right?
Yeah, if they're all just on test, I would have threw them on Masteron at least and like Clen. I would put them at least like on 150 mass, 20 MCG Clen.
oh, so I missed that part.
I mean,
Yeah.
we're trying to kind of go full circle, I guess, and everyone
Okay,
wants to, right?
so yeah, if they're just on test,
You said just test 500, right? 500 mgs.
Just
Yeah,
test 500. Yeah.
just test 500. I would definitely get some master on in there, make sure we can start using that as an AI as well if they're not taking any. You know what I mean? Start making sure we start, getting that in the system. But honestly, that first week, I don't know if I would go for any harsh drugs just because I would want to see natural rate of change. That's my opinion. That first week I see natural rate of change, that will kind of give me a ballpark. Okay, this is what I have to do. Because you can do some amazing things in 6 weeks. So like that first week, like, okay, all right, I got you. This is what your rate of change is. This is what I need it to be. So then you just have to manipulate how low do I comfortably as a coach want to drive down their food, and how high do I want their cardio comfortably, right? Because you don't want to make somebody do 3 hours of cardio just to eat more food. You know what I mean? So you want to find that fine balance.
I think Derek's gonna have a different opinion on that.
Yeah. Well, it depends. It depends on the competitor, right? So some people will rather work more to eat more, and some people would rather, relax more, but eat less. They're better at controlling their mind and their
because maybe their lifestyle, their work and stuff plays a factor.
Correct. So it all depends on that particular competitor. And then, that following week after I get a, rate of change, then I'm like, okay, we're going to add 40 MCGs of Clen. If it's a male or female, depends how big or small you are. Usually we'll start somebody on a 40 MCGs for a few days, start tethering up if I need to, start tethering up on that. My favorites, Master on Clen, Tren. Master on Tren, Clen.
You do trend on the first time competitors? You don't really see it like saving it for like when they're a little more serious?
All depends. All depends
Yeah.
what their physique goal is towards the end, how advanced their physique is. Okay. How advanced their drug usage is, because just they're a first competitor, it doesn't mean they didn't use Tren before.
Yeah, true.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but if
I guess if they've already been exposed, that'd be silly not to expose them to again. Yeah.
Tren is not a must. It's not for everybody, but it's definitely a drug I would like to use, especially in a rush prep like that. Yeah, that's me.
Derek.
Okay.
Here we go.
All right. Yeah, I know. Okay. First thing we're doing is I'm going to disregard everything the client is saying. All the information, all the BS they're feeding me. I don't give a shit what you're doing. This is now my prep. This is my diet. This is my cardio. This is my gear. This is my protocol. Shut your mouth. Do what I tell you to do. You listen to me, you're going to look great on stage. You fuck off, you're going to look like shit on stage. I will bring you in. You will get peeled. You will crush your show. You will look fantastic, but you need to listen. First thing we're going to do, we're going to leave the test at 500. We're going to throw in 150 milligrams of Tren Ace. We're going to titrate that up 50 milligrams per week, all the way up until 300. If they tolerate 300 well, we'll go to 400, 450. First time competitor, don't care, full fucking send. This dude's coming to me saying, hey, I'm doing this show. Here's $1,000. Give me on stage, gun to your head. All right, man, let's go. Okay, we're going to crank the Tren up. We're going to throw in Masteron. We'll go Mast P. So we're going to take the test. We're going to go from test C. We're going to switch it over to test P. We're going to go from, I usually do Mast E in my preps. I would go Master on propionate instead, just because of a short amount of time I needed to kick in. And then, yeah, the Tren Ace, obviously. We're going Clen, 40 micrograms. We're going T3 at 50 micrograms. We're going to an hour of fasted cardio daily, 7 days a week. Carbs, we're going minimal with the carbs. I am going to pull everything that I can. I'm going to see if we can't drop 3 to 4 pounds per week as long as possible. I'm not worried about depletion at this point. We can try and bring them in. We can pull the T3 last couple of weeks, see what we can do. But right now, they're way behind in prep. We're pulling out all the stops. I'm doing everything I can to get this person to burn as much fat as possible. Because for me at this point, it's like obviously they're a first time competitor and an NPC competitor. What wins NPC shows?
Condition.
Field.
Conditioning. So it's like, look, man, like I don't care if you lose 5 pounds of muscle mass over the next 8 weeks. We're going to do everything we can to burn as much fat as it's humanly possible. So we're going to crank the drugs, crank the cardio, drop the calories, push as hard as we possibly can.
Yeah,
That's what I would do.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
We're all way different. That's what makes us best.
Marcel's way of doing things is correct. Mine is like some asshole comes to me and is like, "Hey, I'm going to do this show, bro." Gotcha. Let's run it.
No, I mean we all have different ways, and like
Yeah, so
you're cutting straight to business. You're like, I'm gonna
Yeah.
get the job done for you. Marcel's like, this isn't gonna be your best because you already know it's a very slim odds. You're like, I don't care if it's a 0.1% of me getting you peaked. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Like,
Let's
No,
fucking run it.
no, it's one of those things where I would pull out those stops,
Yeah.
but not that first week because I
It's
want
not
I
safe,
want to
it's
see my
not
rate of
smart, it's not the right way to do things. The right way to do things is how Marcel said to do things. Don't hire me as a coach. Hire Marcel.
Oh man.
well, you also attract the people that think that way too, though, because that's the thing. There's people that have that mindset. They want to do that.
I
They
get a
want.
lot of
Dude,
clients.
I
from
feel like
Reddit.
95% of the competitors have that mindset.
Yeah, I'm saying they're gung ho. You wanna do
That's
that
why they
shit.
love me, because I just, I feed them drugs. They love drugs. Competitors love drugs, man. They love it. Yeah. Irresponsible? Absolutely. Does it win shows? Absolutely. Does it make clients happy? Absolutely.
Hey, you know what I mean? That's what he. The truth of the matter is, yeah, there's drugs have a play in the sport.
Yeah.
You know.
All right. What's
When
our
did-
next question?
When did you first know that bodybuilding was what you wanted to do?
Oh, I'll go first on this one. I was at the Summer Ends concert back in 2015 or 2016, one of those years. I was a senior in college, and I remember I was wearing like a stringer. I had an ASU wrestling shirt, and I cut it to like, it was literally just a strip of fabric and nothing else. And I was out there, I was just cranking a ton of gear. I was just trend out of my mind, looking fucking awesome. And this random girl comes up to me and she's like, "Oh my God, you have such big arms. Do you compete?" And I was like, "Yeah, I compete." That night, hired a coach, competed in my first show. And then I went on
That's funny.
stage and there were only 4 people in my class. I mean, very small. Arizona bodybuilding was nothing, 10
Yeah.
years ago. 4 people in my middleweight class. I went on, I won that second in novice. I went to the overall and I was like, okay, fuck yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Heck yeah,
So
dude.
yeah, for
Actually, I
me,
remember Derek that first show. I actually saw him coincidentally. Huh?
did you?
Right?
Thunderdome, bro.
Yeah, I was there. Yes, sir.
Fun.
It's for me it was that the first prep I did, like I fucking towards those last 4 weeks, I'm never doing this fucking shit again. Fuck this. Fuck that. Like I am just fucking livid at there's the thing, I won't quit. Like I'm not a quitter, so like but I'm like, I fucking get off the stage. That is fucking it. Fucked it, dude. The second I got off the stage after my first show, I was like, bro, can we do another one? Straight up.
Mhm.
Like that was my first. And it was like, that's what I knew. It was over for me. Like I was just hooked and it was from one to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next,
Yeah, you hate it. I mean, every time I prep the last 2 weeks, I'm like, I hate this. I hate every moment of this.
Hey, first of all, you said 10 years ago. It wasn't that long ago. Come on now.
I was 8 years ago. I was 21.
Yeah.
Well, that was like 20. It had to be like 2018, didn't it? 17?
16 or 17. I was 21 and I'm 29, so 8 years ago. April 2016.
No, because I did my first ever classic show 2017. And I didn't coach Jaime until I did my show.
That wasn't my first show with Jaime.
Oh, you said second novice. I thought that was the time that you guys faced each other.
No,
No?
I competed in a show before that. It was the Thunder.
Oh, okay, never mind. That was a show
no.
after.
My fucking coach for that show completely ghosted me. Yeah, I basically had to do it myself. Got a hold of him like the last week, and he threw me some bullshit protocol and got me on stage. But he's a good buddy of mine. Like he was a great bodybuilder. But
That sucks. That's actually how he ended up becoming my client. His coach bailed on him. So that's funny. Let's see. Next question. Oh wait, no. That was you go, Marcel. All right.
Oh,
Was that your full question? Was that it?
Yeah, he answered.
Okay. I guess
I
when I
didn't-
first got to, but when was that? When was your first show? How long ago was that? When you said that you were ready?
2015,
Okay.
2015.
So see,
Men's
funny enough, I did the first show out of all of us, but my story's pretty funny. So I did men's bodybuilding in
Nice.
2013. But the reason I did men's bodybuilding is when I was working at the gym, they told me to go sign up for a competition. I was supposed to sign up for men's physique. It was the first year they came out with it, men's physique, right? So they wanted me to go do that. I went to the registration not knowing what I signed up for. I ended up being put in the middleweights because I was 160 pounds. Uh,
How'd you do?
I got fourth. I ended up walking away with a trophy. I was like 7 guys. The other guys were old guys I beat, and they were out of shape. So that's the only reason. Yeah, yeah. So, but that's I honestly got hooked on the whole process. That's where I knew that was gonna be like a thing. I just didn't think I would have the opportunity to ever do it anytime soon. Because I was like, if I'm gonna do bodybuilding, it's probably gonna take forever for me to ever do it. You know, I think I had to put on a good amount of muscle. But then because Classic came out, that's when they sparked my idea to do it in 2017. So.
My coach was like, "Hey, you're really good at this bodybuilding thing, but you're not big enough. You should do classic physique." It's the first year the classic physique came out, and I was like, "Nah, that shit's for pussies. I'm not doing that." Yeah, because I remember Phil Heath said classic physique is for weekend warriors, and the second I heard him say it's weekend warriors, I was like, "Oh, it's for pussies."
Yeah, it's funny how like it all changes. It's not like
So that's actually a good thing to cover right there. Is what's your guys' opinions on when people say that, like bodybuilding being harder than classic, being classic being harder than physique? Like, you don't think there's any truth to that?
So, here's the thing: is bodybuilding harder than classic? Depends on what aspect, right? Obviously, it's going to take more time and more drugs and more food and more years to become that size to be a good open bodybuilder. So is that part harder? Sure. But are the protocols different? I don't think so.
Yeah, no, I would. Yeah,
No, I mean,
bodybuilding, your goal just be as big as
big as
fuck.
possible. Yeah, that's the hard part about it,
With class
And
physique, what I've heard, like one thing always stuck with me is like class physique is just the biggest bodybuilder underneath their weight cap. That's what I heard.
I mean, it pretty much is. Yeah, to a degree. Yeah,
Chris
for sure.
Bumstead is just fucking monster, bro.
But he also has crazy shape. Like, there's no denying his shape's ridiculous.
he's ridiculous.
You know what I mean? Yeah, and his conditioning is on point all the time too. So, but I would say there is some truth to like what Marcel is saying though. Do you mean is it harder because it's going to take more time, more drugs, more this? And obviously the genetic component's always going to be the main thing. But if I look at but if I look at myself, I'm just throwing myself in this category in this conversation. If I want to keep pursuing classic, I know I need at least 15, 20, 25 pounds of muscle still to get to that point. So I know it's going to take a lot more food, a lot more consistency, and probably more drugs than what I've done before. Yeah. That's just a given. Or I was like, if I'm already, say, big enough to try to pursue an men's physique. I'm not saying I am, but I'm saying, I wouldn't need any more really drugs. I wouldn't need, I've been natural up to 4 months, and I feel like I've maintained enough size to be able to go do a men's physique show and do well if I want to. You know what I mean? So that in that retrospect, I guess getting in the pro card, but then it's like, are you chasing just a pro card? Or are you chasing the physique that you really want?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
the problem that's with classic physique right now is there's too many people that are jumping in before they're ready for it either. Like they're nowhere near their weight cap, right? And they're like first time competitors. Instead of trying men's physique, they just go straight to classic. And there's like first call out in a classic show is fucking great competitors, and then the second, third, fourth, fifth call out is like, what the fuck? Like, what are you doing here? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the thing that I think that it's becoming, because classic is becoming so more like
it's
mainstream
popular.
now.
It's
More popular. It's like it's almost surpassed men's physique at
No,
this
it
point.
has, I think.
You know what I mean?
Blown past men's physique.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying like the amount of competitors at shows now.
Oh,
Like,
okay, yeah.
It's close.
Men's physique is still higher.
yeah,
Yeah,
they're like almost even now, and I'm like,
yeah,
what
it's
the
close.
fuck?
No, it's
You know
close.
what I mean? So
I'm gonna say that I think competing in men's physique is the hardest. I think the other classes, like if you look good and you come in condition and well balanced, you have a really good shot at winning. Men's physique, everybody's coming with abs, everybody's coming with the back, everybody's coming with delts, everybody's coming with arms. Everybody's
you only got 2 poses to prove yourself.
They got
No,
two fucking poses. It's
I
like
want to say
2 sheets of paper that are almost identical. Which
Yeah.
one do you like better? Versus two origami animals. Which one is
Yeah.
better?
Yeah, there's some truth to that, but not everyone's showing up with like great back, great chest, great delts.
No,
I mean,
not
that's
every,
physique
but you know
shows.
what I mean? You have five people
I
that
still
could all
can
win the
tell
show.
who the top. I can still tell who the top guys are like right away in those divisions when they come out. They stand out right away. They have a certain like taper, a certain look that they're looking for that I don't like. Of course, the abs and all that, but I've seen guys with
Okay.
really good abs but are very blocky looking, and they don't do well in men's physique.
Yeah, but look at the Olympia. All four of those guys in the top 5 could have won that show. It's just a matter of the type of physique that you're looking at. One is tall, one is short, one has more muscle, one has a bit less muscle. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah,
I
all
don't know.
those guys are.
Honestly, I have no fucking.
Honestly,
idea.
I felt like Terry stood out, especially on the back shots.
Terry looked great. Sure, no,
Yeah.
I agree.
I feel like
But still,
I see what you're saying. It's kind of like
But if
women's
they gave it to
bikini, right?
Brandon, would you be mad? No,
I mean,
no, you wouldn't.
I wouldn't have been mad, but I would have felt that Terry beat him from the back.
But Brandon beat him from the front.
I think it was close. I think Brandon's just bubblier. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
you're looking at a drier physique,
Mhm.
right? Per se, because he was a bit drier.
Mhm.
But then you're looking like Brandon's insertions and everything is just super pretty and nice and it flows and he's got that bubbliness to him and he's got that flow in his posing that Ryan doesn't have. You know what I mean? So
it's a Samson and Derek or Samson and Hottie comparison too, right? It's like one's grainy, one's hard, one has the conditioning.
right, but
One's
you have
pretty
two
and
poses here. So one's pose, the other one was the other pose. What do? Right? At least in bodybuilding, you got a bit more points to fucking tally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and physique, yeah, the smile, the stage presence, those little things play a bigger factor than in every other division, obviously. Yeah. So yeah,
Well,
I guess it can be.
But like the hardest one to judge, bikini. 100%.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
what the fuck? You're
100%,
like at the pro level, you're like, what the fuck?
even at the national levels, bro.
Yeah,
Nationals,
dude,
the girls are
insane.
like, oh, they all fucking look like they can win. What the fuck?
Yeah, you're like, what the fuck? And then you have 17 call outs. You're like, how does the judge even remember number 1 and number 272?
Yeah, there's like 85 competitors per class.
Yeah, it's
And
wild.
they all look great. And what do you do?
Every
They
time
gotta
I
have
have
the
any competitor prepping, we come in, dry, hard, I've tried a million different ways to bring bikini competitors in, and it's just like, I have no idea what
Never
they're
know.
looking for. Ever.
You never know. You never
Okay.
know. It's literally when I prep somebody for a bikini, it's like, well, I'm gonna get you to look the best that you can, in my opinion, and hope that the judges like that
And
because
just pray that that's what they want that day.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
It also
so
depends
vastly
who's
different.
next to you, who's standing
Yeah.
next to you too. It plays a big part, I think, in the way they judge it sometimes.
I brought an OCB competitor in, razor sharp. Best she's ever looked, and it was the worst she ever placed.
Isn't that
And
crazy?
Yeah, she
Yeah.
came in soft for her first show, and I was like, okay, let's see how we do here. She did decent, and then she came in hard for the next show, and she got crushed. But then it's like, okay, well, if I bring the next competitor in super soft, she'll get crushed there. I know what the fuck are they looking for?
Yeah, what are they looking for? It's a tough one, yeah. Like I'm sure there's some like bikini experts that can answer that better than
No, yeah, I mean,
you
they
can,
can probably
but
see a
like
little bit more
it's
differences.
hard for me. Like,
But no, but we also have a bodybuilding eye. So if it's hard for us to figure it out, you know what I mean? That's a little different compared
yeah,
to
it's tough because some judges are like, no, you have to be soft, and then you go to the NP at the national level, and some of these bitches are fucking hard with cap delts, and you're like, what? Like,
with veins
doesn't
going
make
through their
sense.
stomach.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
It's
Like,
like-
doesn't make sense. Like, so which one do you want?
and it's that too, something you gotta have abs, but they gotta have soft like tummies. But their butts have to be like
Firm.
the glutes. Yeah, it's like what the fuck? Like it's just
I have so much respect for male
Yeah.
bikini coaches because that shit is way harder than what we do.
Yeah.
Way fucking hard.
Well, we just make it extreme. Like we go to the how lean are we gonna get? As fucking lean as we possibly can.
Diamonds. Like you're gonna have diamond glutes. Yeah.
Yeah. And then it's like bikini girl, like, so do I just do what I would usually do for all my other competitors and just kind of 4 weeks out, just let you cruise in?
Hope you don't fuck their hormones.
Yeah. Like, what do you do here?
Yeah, like can I give you this or is this it's a constant fight.
Yeah.
What's our next question?
Yep.
How has bodybuilding affected your personal life, from relationships to job opportunities? What would you say is the best way to keep balanced?
Fuck. How do you, well, that balance is different for everybody. How much
Yeah, I mean,
bodybuilding
talk
can,
about your personal like things, I
yeah.
guess, like little things you
Well,
do.
here's the thing. How much bodybuilding can your personal life handle? Is
Yeah.
bodybuilding affecting your day job you're going to get fired? If the answer is yes, and you're not going to do bodybuilding for a living, then yeah, you should probably pull back a bit on the bodybuilding part. Okay. Um,
Well,
it
let's get the first part. How has bodybuilding affected your personal life? Let's start with the first part.
gave me everything I have, to be honest with you. You know, I met my wife through bodybuilding, you know, like
And it's just from relationships to job opportunities, which I mean, it also gives you an income now, right?
it gives me an
Yeah.
income. You know what I mean? So yeah, it has, but here's the thing, right? Just bodybuilding on its own, just going to lift weights, eating food, and competing will probably not give you any opportunities. Let's get that out of the way. Okay. There's not much money in the sport. You got to figure out how to monetize it while you're doing it. And that's the tough part. Because
You got
there's
it.
many competitors that are fucking extremely good at being a competitor, but like there, I know some pros, I'm not gonna say names, that are like fucking broke and they're been on the Olympia stage, but that's just because they don't know how to monetize themselves or use their body and their image and their
Social media.
personality and you know to monetize that. You're not just gonna like the days of like getting a big supplement contract, like they're non-existent. Nobody's gonna be like, oh, you placed fucking 17th at the Olympia. All right, here's 100K a year just to fucking use my
Yeah.
stuff. It doesn't happen anymore.
They're there for the people who have the followings, the influencers, you know, if
Not
anything.
even that. They don't get a 100K a year contract.
Yeah, no, it's not the same
You're
type of
getting a
money. Yeah.
percentage of what you sell. Like that used to not, you know what I mean? You back in the day, they used to be like get literally a salary to just bodybuild. They didn't have to do any of this stuff, but those days are over. So you have to figure out how to monetize yourself in bodybuilding. So keep that in mind. If you're looking for a financial gain in bodybuilding, you're not going to get it from anything other than your hard work to monetize yourself. It's just not going to happen any other way. So what was the part of the last of the question?
What would you say is the best way to keep balanced?
The best way to keep balanced is keep yourself grounded and in check, right? Like you have to check yourself multiple times. Is bodybuilding affecting my job? Like, am I going to lose my job because I want to go lift weights and eat food and get a plastic trophy on stage? You literally have to break it down. You have to dumb it down that far. Plastic trophy, 100K a year job. Which one do I fucking want? Right? If it's not affecting and you're able to put it together, cool, no problems, right? Family, same thing at home. Are you constantly fighting with your significant other about this? Okay. You got two choices. If you decide that your significant other is not somebody that you want to spend the rest of your life with, tell them to go fuck themselves and keep bodybuilding. Okay. Because life is short. Why are you with that person in the first place? Or if you're like, no, this person means the world to me, and I know I want to try and spend the rest of my life with that person, then have a conversation with them like, okay, this is something I love doing. Where can we find a common ground? Can I, you know, instead of training, going to the gym 6 times a week, can I maybe go 4, or we have 2 days out of the week that's reserved for us or for family time, or we can take you on a date. Like, what can we do to make this work? Which part of the bodybuilding bugs you, babe? What is it? You know what I mean? And then find middle ground. But if you're not spending the rest of your life with that person, then fucking tell them to go fuck off and continue bodybuilding. I don't know. That's just my dumbed down opinion of it.
Oh yeah, no, it was all right. It was good. No.
Could you read the question again?
Yeah. How has bodybuilding affected your personal life? So I can start with that part.
Personal life, as soon as I discovered anabolics, my entire life changed. As soon as I got on TRT, and I know I talk about drugs a lot, but I had low testosterone when I was 19, like under 300. I had a really attractive girlfriend at the time, and nothing was happening, and I was having issues and just all these problems. I was not a very happy person. Got on TRT, my entire life changed. Started crushing in the gym. Started really pushing myself. And then bodybuilding kind of gave me a purpose to be in the gym. So, and then I started to get, gain more respect from people around me. Like, it's the one thing, like, if you show up and you have muscle, regardless of where you go, people have an immediate respect for you. It's just a higher level of respect than they would have had for somebody who doesn't have muscle. And that's essentially what has gotten me into a lot of incredible situations and positions in my life where I would not have been before. It opens up the door for conversations. It opens up the door for, hey, what do you do? And then you introduce yourself. You say you're a coach, and then, people work with you.
Yeah.
So for personal life, yeah, I mean, I go by Coach Noble. I mean, my fucking name is Coach, bro. Like, like very few people. I mean, a lot of people watching this don't even know I have a first name. They just call me Coach. I had a client who thought my first name was Noble. So that's how much bodybuilding has impacted my life. I live bodybuilding.
And what would you say is the best way to keep balanced?
Yeah.
I just have to agree with Marcel. It's kind of like, look, like if you're listening to this, there's a 90.
Well, obviously, like, talk about it, because you each are in relationships. Like, how do you guys balance it? Marcel has a family. Like, it's perfect right there. Like, how, if the guy's asking, say he's the dad and he's struggling to figure out, like, how do I keep my daughter feeling, or my kids feeling like I'm involved, my wife, you have, you each are different scenarios than what I would be in that,
Yeah.
We'll cover that.
Kind of it is kind of a tough one to answer because bodybuilding is a very selfish sport. It's one of those things where you kind of, regardless of how respectful you want to be of your surroundings and the people in your life and the situations you're in, there's a point where you got to tell them to fuck off if you want to take it seriously. Like, you have to say, hey, I got to do my cardio. Hey, I've got to eat this. I can't go out. I can't do this. We can't go on dates. Like, in prep, you're not going on dates. And it's like, it just depends how seriously you want to take it. So if, it's something you want to do and you want to have fun, you just want to get on stage, you want to look good. Like, if you want to look good, right? Not great, not win the show, but look good, enjoy yourself. Yeah, you can go on a date 4 weeks out and go have yourself, get a refeed approved by your coach or whatever. You can go, you don't have to be super strict. If you miss a cardio session, once or twice a week, for your average competitor who just enjoys competing and looking, looking shredded, yeah, you can find a good balance. But for somebody at like Marcel's level, there's no give and take. It's all take. Yeah. For me, when I'm like deep in prep, yeah, I'm kind of like, fuck off. This is what I have to do. This is the life that I live. Like, if you're in the way, get out of the way or you're getting run over. All the other time of the year, I don't take it that seriously. I do the best I can, but it's like, look, I'm gonna go have a couple drinks. I'm gonna go enjoy myself. I'm gonna enjoy my life. So you're off season. That time in your off season, you should be doing, you should be enjoying your life, living your life. And then when it comes down to your 16 or 20-week prep, you have to prepare the people around you and you have to speak to your loved ones. You got to communicate with your job. And at the end of the day, like I was saying, 99% of the people listening to this, you're not gonna go fucking pro. Don't lose your job or have your girlfriend or fiance or wife leave you because you're being a fucking idiot. It's not worth it. You will not go pro. You will not go pro. And I hate to say that because 99% of the people watching this think they're going to go pro. You're not going to go pro unless you dedicate your life to it 100%. And then you have to make those sacrifices. If you want to go pro, you either got to have a partner that's 100% on board and is willing to accept the sacrifices that you need to make, and a job that is flexible enough that you can kind of get that time off, and your mental attitude and your output isn't really going to infect your employment. Like being a coach. Last month before I get on stage, I typically will lose clients. I'll have clients that are in prep that aren't getting the attention that they need. My income will go down. My relationship gets a little bit rocky, but the people around me know that. The last 2 weeks that I prep for a show, my assistant coach Trevor will step in and he'll take over with a couple of my competitors, the higher level guys, higher level clients. He'll step in and do that. I have the ability to do that because I've built my life in a way that can handle that sort of thing. My fiance understands that, when I'm deep in prep, I'm going to be snappy. I've made her cry during my preps. Like, I'm sure we've all been there to the point where we get in fights and say shit. I literally had a coffee table with all my stuff on it. And I took it and I flipped it across my fucking living room and I'm throwing shit all over the place, back in the 600 trend days, not recently, but so, I mean, finding a balance is realizing that you're not going to go pro. You're just an asshole and the people in your life hate you for it.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's honestly what we've been talking about this whole time with the whole bodybuilding classic physique thing. It's when you want to be in the sport, you want to be good at it, you have to be very selfish. You have to knock out a bunch of years in a row. I mean, that's probably why I would say what probably us three, why we haven't gone pro yet is we haven't done enough solid years consecutively enough to get there. Because none of us are gifted like Brian Jones, where we could just run off of one good year and blow up. You know what I mean? Like we all need to put time and work in, and if you want balance, then you could do it, but just know that that goal of yours, regardless of which category it is probably further away by you having a balanced approach compared to you just going 100% in. And you going 100% in will most likely deter you from relationships because people don't like someone that's selfish, that's always just worried about their own meals, that's worried about their own workout time. People aren't trying to be out and about with all that and dealing with that, because then that's the thing, you're out and about and 2 hours later, 3 hours later, you gotta go eat. So then you got to go and leave regardless is happening. You can have your meals with you, but then you still have to stop the moment, whatever it is. And it's just a whole different dilemma.
Yeah.
So might get lucky where you have people around you that are understanding, people that love you. I'm sure Marcel at this point, because his wife is very supportive. He has all the support in the world. It makes it easy for him to go into that mode. Sometimes we're not fortunate enough to have that. Sometimes we'll have someone that's on her ass, which I dealt with when I was in a relationship that ruined me from bodybuilding, which was my fault for staying in it because then it wasted my time pretty much.
Yeah.
So a lot of different ways you can approach it, but it's also giving me my opportunities, my career. It's giving me a platform that I never would have had. I'm passionate about this. I love bodybuilding like no other. So yeah, there's a lot of good with the bad as well.
Well, it's also about, I think what both of you guys said, is setting yourself up for something, right? Like, I know I have a kid coming, right? So the past months, what had I been doing? Making sure my gym at home is gonna have every fucking thing I need. So I'm happy and I don't have to step a foot outside this house, because that's what I need to progress my bodybuilding. But I also need to be at home with a fucking newborn, right?
Yeah.
But what was my other choice? My other choice is like, I'll fuck up for 8 to 9 months until the kid is, a little bit better, and then I can fucking go back to it. That
Or
was not an option for me in my head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was not an option for me in my head. It crossed my mind. My wife literally looked at me, dude, that's not an option. You know that. Let's fucking, so I replaced some equipment and whatever, and fucking make sure that I have everything I need, that I can't give myself an excuse. Oh, I have a kid, a newborn. Like I took that out, like take that out of the equation and then keep going. But that's because I need a balanced, being time of being a dad and being a bodybuilder. So what can I take so I could still do both? Put it right here, put it right in fucking front of me. You know what I mean? Like that's just what you have to do.
hey man, your meals are prepped and in the fridge. You're not going to cheat on your diet, right? Your
That's
gym's
it.
the garage. You're not going to skip your
That's
work.
it. You know what I mean? The only thing that's going to suffer is probably my sleep, but that's okay. That's only, remember, 80%, okay, is better than all or nothing mentality that bodybuilders have, right? Like, you know what I mean? Staying on your diet 80% and fucking off 20 is better than 0 and 100. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, you'll average out, be much better over time by just
yeah,
sticking
fuck
to
yeah,
something. Yeah,
dude.
no,
So like,
absolutely. Yeah.
if my sleep suffers a bit because I have a kid crying, okay, but I'm still gonna knock everything else out.
Yeah, your diet is good, your
Yeah,
gear is good, your training is good.
training, yeah, everything's fucking.
Well, I feel like if anything, the adjustment you might have to make is just take maybe some more recovery time. But there's no way that
Yeah,
your progress
sure. Like I'm
keeps you
saying,
the
I could
same.
work around
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
but it's
yeah.
all about finding the balance of, okay, what can I give to make this work, right? Like you have to sacrifice some of your own shit,
Yeah.
to make bodybuilding work, or cut out some bodybuilding. All right, next, because we're gonna keep going on this.
Yeah, let's power through these. It's bedtime.
Yeah.
I think I only got one more anyways. That was like decent. The other ones are kind of more drug related. So I was like, yeah, I don't want to. This one I thought was funny or cute because I think it's one of our clients. It says all your upcoming athletes. So I'm assuming people that are competing this year. Me and Noel kind of did something like this.
Yeah, we kind of already answered this question. Marcel, who you got?
Got Jordan. That's going to be going.
Well, let's pull them up real quick.
Janine, that's going to do. That's gonna take forever.
Yeah. Okay. No.
But yeah, I know. I'm gonna shout out Jordan because he's been. He took some time off to have a kid, and I think it's fine. Jordan. Jordan Purdue.
What's the Instagram?
Uh, I think legit J Purdue. Hold on, let me see.
I mean, I felt like that was one either me or Noble's client. I thought they did that because they want to just
It's-
show some love to a few,
yeah,
but
Jordan
Noble's like, nah, we
underscore
already did
Purdue.
it. Fuck it.
Yeah, Jordan underscore Purdue. So yeah, because he was trying to have a kid for like, so this was a process. So he's been itching, he had to, you know, how it is.
Yeah.
Fertility protocol for an extended period of time. Okay. So he's itching. So yeah, he's super excited to go. So yeah, he's gonna be a fun one. A lot of my clients don't have plans yet for upcoming years. They just competed, to be honest with you. So we don't have anything set in stone because there's nothing on the horizon yet. So nobody's like, hey, let's jump into this one. Hey, jump into that one.
Yeah, I only have 2 clients I have like faith in that will actually pull the trigger this year. So
Yeah. So we'll see how it all plays out. I like to kind of have that conversation with them once the shows start popping up and dates start popping up where I could be like, okay,
At least, yeah.
yeah,
I'll put a
Right.
question in my questionnaire that says, "Do you want to compete?" And then that starts the conversation.
right. Yeah, there's yeah, I don't know what Tony and Lydia are doing yet. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what they all decide to do.
I've got I know Brad Hafalia. He looks great. He's gonna be competing. He's like probably gonna be like a lightweight because he's like 5'4". I just want to give a shout out to like Brad and Neiman. I know Brad and Neiman both listen to this podcast and like they send messages, they ask questions and stuff. Neiman's looking really good. I'm pretty happy with him. We got to bring his legs up more, but he's gonna crush it. He's
he's a really tall guy. Yeah, he
six
needs
foot
time.
5.5, so he is a super heavyweight.
Dude, he's
Yeah,
gonna
no,
need like 280 on stage to look good.
We're trying. I think he's like 280 pounds right now. We're trying to push him to over 300 this off season. So try to get him over 300 pounds.
no, that's a good thing, dude. He's a big, tall ass dude. There's
Oh.
not obviously many bodybuilders like. Look at what's it, like AK Giant? I think he's like 6'6", 6'7", right?
Yeah. So
And
I
he's
mean,
like, 300 on stage, and he's pretty damn
What was
big.
he on stage last time? Just out of curiosity.
Neiman,
Yeah.
I think he was like, I want to say 245.
Oh shit. Yeah. So he's got to be.
He's got to put on another 30 pounds.
At least, yeah.
But and then
Hey, he
I've
loves
got-
it though. You tell he's passionate about it, so I'm sure he'll be chipping away for years.
I love Neiman. He's hardcore.
Yeah, he's
I've
gonna be
got-
chipping at it.
Let me tell you, I've been pretty stressed and I've been under some pressure for a couple shows in the past. Like obviously national shows and like, WJC and the bigger shows. But I've never felt more pressure in my entire life other than the Arnold Classic coming up in 6.5 weeks, 7.5 weeks. Like, I cannot tell you how stressful that is going to be. Like, to be backstage with a previous Mr. Olympia and then 12 other, 10 other Mr. Olympia competitors.
Tell me, why is it stressful?
Because who the fuck am I? Like, I'm like, that's
Yeah,
the second biggest show of all time, bro.
you gotta enjoy that. You got one of your athletes there,
Yeah.
so I was like, you gotta enjoy the moment. There's nothing to be stressed about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got my
That's
guy.
sick, dude.
My guy Jeff Schneider. He's a pro bodybuilding. He's doing his off season. He's looking good too. So I'm excited for him because we're gonna be picking a show, and that's probably gonna be his. He wants to just bring in the fucking nastiest physique he can because I think that's gonna be it for him after that. So I'm excited for that one too. That one's cool. We'll see how that works out, but I'm excited for him too. He's a hardcore working dude. He's like he lives and breathes bodybuilding. He's he's a pro and he's starting to really pick up the protocols and he's just fucking yeah, he turned pro, I believe. At North Americans or USA's.
What class? What are his stats?
Masters bodybuilding.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Lightweight?
Right now he is, let me pull him up. Right now he is close to 220. And
How tall?
he's like, let me see. He's in his 50s, I believe. I would have to pull up his program. Give me 1 second. Jeff. Do. Yeah, but he listens to the podcast too. Let's see. So Jeff, if you're listening, you're killing it, dude. All right, Jeff. All right, so Jeff is 57, about to be 58 in January. So happy early birthday, Jeff.
Mhm.
5+ masters. Okay.
Yeah. He is when we started, he was about 225. But we brought him down a bit before we started the off season. So now we started the actual off season protocol, just and he is starting to he looks fine. He's got glutes and hamstrings like constantly. It's crazy. He's just got like that dense muscle, you know what I mean? That always looks
Yeah.
peeled. He's so it's like he's fun when he's picking it up, and he's just such a hard worker, man. Just to fight. You tell him to jump, he'll ask how high. So you know how fun those are to coach, you know what I mean? So Jeff, I'm excited for that one too. But that one's a little bit pressure too, because he's like, this is gonna be my last hurrah, you're like, as a coach, you're like, all right, man, we gotta make this one the
He's
best
got to
one. You
win
know
his
what I mean?
class, bro.
You know
He's
what I
got
mean?
to win something.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he's got to get that first call out at a pro show,
Yeah, I mean, we always are emotionally, at least I am. I'm always emotionally invested in my clients. Like I get into it bad, but knowing it's the last one, even more
Oh,
for
especially with
sure.
something like that. I'm
Yeah.
like, all right,
That's what
bro,
I'm
we're
saying.
gonna
Yeah, even
nail it,
more,
dude.
bro. That's what I'm saying. I can't imagine how that feels.
I have
Dude,
found for my personal coaching, I remove all emotional attachment. I stop caring completely. I'm like, you know what? They're going to do how they're going to do. I don't care how they do. I'm going to do the best job that I can. And they come in significantly better. Because I used to overcoach, way overcoach. And all of my clients would come in super stringy. So then I
Yeah.
started pulling back. I added more food. I used more diuretics and more food. That's two of the big changes that I made recently with the better placings. So I found that I'd be like staying up all night. Like I think it was like the USA's that I was coaching, and I woke up every 30 minutes just because I was terrified that I was going to oversleep for this.
Yeah.
Every 30 minutes, I was waking up checking my phone.
you sound
I
like a
like,
really stressed out person, bro.
oh, it's like these
Speaking is
people
Jesus
stressful,
say,
dude.
Christ.
Yeah, it's stressful.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I enjoy the fuck out of this whole process, being there with my clients. Like, I don't know. I don't think it's ever, even if I ever
Oh
got
no,
to the
I'm
point
not
of like
saying it's
coach.
not enjoyable. Like if you're there in person is one thing, but like what if somebody's in a different, competing in a different state and you're mobile on the phone and you're literally like Derek said, you're literally like fucking walking circles waiting because you're like, okay, I think they're supposed to check in like any minute now. Like, are they taking pictures? What are they doing? Like, you know what I mean? Did they fall
I mean,
asleep? Did they
I
not fall
guess
asleep?
I'm emotionally invested, but I'm also looking at it like I'm not your fucking dad. Like, if you can't send me check-ins, then that's on you. Like, I don't know. That's weird. Like,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I've never had clients not send check-ins either, so that's why I guess I don't even have
No,
to
but
think of
here's the
that.
thing, like some people don't realize how crucial
the last
the
minute
last
you are.
Yeah, yeah.
yes, like how crucial and how on point you need them to be with like my directions.
Okay.
You know
Real
what I
quick,
mean?
I'll give a shout out to my peeps real quick before you keep going this way. Some people I got client competing this year. I got Dan. I got John. John's probably for Whitney Jones. Dan's a client of mine that lost a lot of weight, so his is more like just he's having a lot of fun with this. He's not
And
expecting no pro card. He's not. He's just chasing it because he's having fun and passionate about it.
it
John,
looks
I
good.
think John has the potential. I think to go pro if he sticks to it long enough, but it just depends if he does. He's kind of enjoying life right now. He's doing his own thing. He has a business. He's enjoying life. So I don't pressure my people. I tell him like once he's ready, I'm here for him. But you got to want it too. You got to want to chase that prep. You want to go for that feeling. And then I got a handful of guys that are in their off seasons, like Ricardo, who have done well in past shows, Kyle, um, Jeff. So they're all probably taking at least a 1 year off season, maybe even a little bit more. And then I got at least like 10, 15 clients. They're all like kind of what I consider newbies, and they watch. So I'll name them Jesse, Mustafa, Steve. I have a couple
You got a lot
female
of
clients,
competitors.
Savannah. Huh?
You got a lot of competitors.
You
Well,
do,
they're like
yeah.
people that want to compete, but I have like some people that actually have been very understanding about give me a year and a half of working with you, build you up, and then we'll do a show. I got
How many
really lucky
clients?
where I've got huh?
How many clients do you have?
I have, I think, total like 29 right now, 30. I think I just got 30 with this last client I signed up actually.
Not
But
bad.
they're all online now. They're all just strictly online. So I don't do any more personal training. I had a handful of those, but
No.
just didn't
How many
make
clients do you
sense
have,
for my
Marcel?
time.
Right now, yeah, I'm 20, yeah, between 25 and 30. So it's a rotating door with few. You have like that steady base, and then the rest is a rotating door.
Yeah, that's what I'd say too. I'd probably have like a good 15, 20 that stick, and then people go. What about you, Derek?
How many do you think?
I mean, you're probably like at least
50.
80.
120.
Yeah. But Derek also needs to tell you like his whole little methods of like him getting clients and all that. He's very good with the prospecting and the
Oh yeah, for
reaching people.
sure.
Yeah, yeah. He's
I
a
have-
businessman when it comes to all that.
I have a full marketing agency.
Yeah.
Like I have 3 people that work for me currently. I have a virtual assistant, I have an appointment setter, and then I have a sales closer. So the VA will send out 200 to 300 messages a day. The appointment setter will go in and read the responses and then start to formulate a conversation and then book a call. And then the closer gets on the call to sell them. And we use a whole bunch of different automations. I have LinkedIn outreach, Facebook outreach, Instagram outreach. I'm starting paid ads, all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
There you go. Cool. Is that it, guys? Call it a podcast.
Yeah, I had
I
a,
mean,
I
unless
had
you
a
have some
few full
questions, I ain't got,
topics, but those topics are gonna take a long time.
yeah. Well, Derek's eating at least. Maybe we can get another 15 minutes out of him.
Yeah, we can do another 15 minutes.
And we stop, dude. We can stop. Derek's we'll get out of here. So we still good for Saturday though?
Yeah.
The second
Yep.
recording? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, sounds good, guys.
All right.
I appreciate everyone watching. Do us a favor and go ahead and give us a like, comment, subscribe. Just give us some topics to talk about. You want us to rate your physique. You can see obviously our previous, we rated our own. We're very honest about it. We're not gonna be mean. Well, Derek might be. But any ideas and feedback, guys, we appreciate it. Have a good night.
Peace.
Later.